What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Now, as you can tell by the title of today's video, today's first entitled parent story involves one YouTube user who steals another's YouTube videos and then gets very annoyed when that other user reports him for copyrights. Entitled YouTube user steals my videos, then has a tantrum when I report them for copyrights. So basically, for a while now, there's been this person on YouTube that has been constantly stealing my videos from my channel and claiming that they're his videos. So naturally, I do what any person would do if someone steals their work. I reported him for copyright, which resulted in his channel being terminated. Unfortunately, that wasn't the end of it, as within a few hours, they made a new channel and yet again start stealing my videos. But after looking at the channel's description, I come across this message, which reads out the following. OP, don't you dare freaking delete my videos again. Stop terminating me over and over again. I'm crying. Stop stealing my videos. Stop stealing my videos. FFS. You will stop this now. So this is clearly implying that they think that the videos they've been stealing from me belong to them and that I'm the one that's stealing them. Yet I uploaded those videos way before this user made his account. I've had my account since December 2019 and this person made theirs quite recently. So how they have the nerve to turn around and say I stole those videos when I uploaded them way before he made his account just baffles me. Now, the tough thing about this story, honestly, OP, and I can say this as someone who has dealt with this in the past, is that there is very little you can do here. If the person keeps making brand new channels after brand new channels, re-uploading your videos, there's nothing you can do really. Yes, you can individually copyright strike every single one, but if they're doing it again and again and again, day after day after day, it gets a bit tiresome and really pointless what you're doing if you keep copyright striking them. So honestly, I would say just leave it alone, try and forget it. Yes, it is annoying, but there's really not that much you can do if they keep doing it again and again and again. It should be obvious that the videos are uploaded by you. That is why, you've uploaded them way in the past of them uploading theirs. So although they are saying, you're stealing them from them, clearly that is not true. There is one thing that you can potentially do, and that is to @TeamYouTube on Twitter. This is a little bit in depth, guys, but @TeamYouTube on Twitter and let them know about the problem and see if they can do anything about it. That is the only thing I can really suggest because, yeah, as I say, copyright striking someone again and again and again on different channels, it doesn't really achieve too much. All I can say is, I hope you go on to become the next Mr. Beast, the next PewDiePie, and just put this other guy in the mud. Who cares about him? You're going to go into massive things. Doesn't matter if he's stealing your videos, you're going to go to the level above and become a successful YouTuber. So praise to you, keep going. Now moving on to our second story, entitled Mum Takes Down My Posters so that her 9-year-old son can have no competition in dog walking. Hello people, sorry if I don't use the right terms all the time, I'm not on this subreddit too often, and this story only happened about 2 or 3 years ago, so I forget a little bit about it. I remembered this because my mum brought up her experience with an entitled mum today at her work. She's a 3rd grade teacher that has many special needs kids in her classes, and an entitled mum was arguing with her about whether her kid should be punished for telling someone they're a sped. Anyway, I am a 14-year-old male and this happened about 2 years ago. Here's some background knowledge. So, I wanted to make a little extra money because I was into stocks and I wanted to make money for my future. Invest in stocks, buy a car that would last me past high school, etc. I wanted to start making money by dog walking. So, I started making a poster that showed why I wanted to make money, and I had a dog. He was a medium dog, but I was a relatively strong person and I could handle most size dogs. So I started printing about 30 copies of posters and started putting them on an electrical post every 200 feet or so. It took about an hour considering I didn't bike. I just followed my daily routine for the next few days, waiting to get a call from someone to ask about my dog walking. A few days after I put up the posters, I took my dog on a long walk. So, I was walking and just about after 30 minutes walking from my house, there were no posters. I swear, I thought I put them up. I continued my walk and I found less dog posters around this area. After about an hour walk, I got home and I looked at where I mapped out where I would put the posters. There was supposed to be posters there. I called my friend who lives near there and asked him to watch the post and tell me if there was someone taking them down and when. He said sure. Later that day, he called me back asking where the posters are. Oops, I forgot to mention that I would be putting them up early tomorrow before school. This was at about 10 PM and my parents wouldn't let me put them up when I was 12, even if I was almost 13. My friend said, okay, well see you then I guess. See ya. Wait, I forgot to say that there was someone, an entitled mum it was, standing near one of the posts for about 20 minutes. Oh, and I have seen her before. I think she lives near me. So I say, okay, well, that's random. Bye. See ya. Remember guys, at this point, they don't know about the entitled mum. Then, next day, I put up the posters and walked to school with my friend because I was already over there. It was a normal day at school. I tell my friends all about it and my friend explains about the person standing by the post doing nothing. After about 10 minutes after I get home, I get a call from my friend. He lives further from school, saying the posters have been taken down again. I'm annoyed at this point, so I bike over to his house and put one poster right across from his window. We head in and start playing Minecraft. Now, I'm not paying much attention as I'm watching the poster. There is someone, maybe in their mid-40s, who starts to approach it. I tell my friend, and we wait until they are in arm's reach of the poster. They might just be looking at it. My friend said, I think that's the person that was standing at the poster earlier. Okay, let's go over to them. So we approach the, of course, entitled mother. Now she turns back and gives us the eye, so my friend and I quickly act like we're just taking a walk. My friend said, yep, it is the person that was standing at the post earlier. Okay, we should approach her. I'll do the talking. Now, as we approach her, she turns again, and this time has the poster in her hand with a firm grip. Hello, I say. Are you interested in that? The entitled mum huffs and turns again. She was clearly in a bad mood. I say it again, but a little differently. Are you interested in that? I put up those posters, and I can walk your dog if you're interested. I don't want you to walk a single dog. I didn't know what she meant by that. She starts to rip off half the poster with the other half stuck on. What are you doing? Well, since my son is going to start walking his dog soon, he wanted to make some money, so I want it to be perfect for him. Well, there is enough space for both of us. No! Well, even so, you can't take down my posters. I'm also trying to make money. Well, that doesn't matter. If your parents can afford to live in this neighborhood, then you are fine, she complains. Then I remember this very distinctively when she said, anyways, you're too fat and tall to walk a dog. You couldn't walk a puppy. Ha! She said the ha like Marge from The Simpsons. I was really annoyed at this point. At the time, I got mad really easily. So I ranted. Well, even if my parents can afford to live here, you don't know anything about me and you assume that I'm fat. You are a slob and a terrible parent. I bet that you've been spoiled your whole life. I know I contradicted myself multiple times in that sentence, but I was mad. My parents could afford to live in the neighborhood. We live in the Bay Area, which generally costs more than most. But my family didn't have a nice house. We just lived in a nice neighborhood. And I was not fat. I am really tall and I have a bit of a large stomach and it sticks out a bit, but I don't have an eating problem. I'm just built this way. I'm gonna keep ripping your posters off so that my 9-year-old can walk dogs. My friend said, lady, stop. My friend spent a lot of time doing this, and if he wants to make money, he can. You are doing a bad thing. My friend was very logical, but we were 12, so we looked like complete idiots. At this point, my friend's mum came outside and yelled from across the street, stop being a female dog, EM, and stop harassing my son and his friend. His mum was more like me, but an adult. Look, entitled mum, please stop. The reason I want to make money is to invest in my future. Oh, shut the heck up. You just want to spend it on food, and we all know that. I was done with her craziness. I went back inside with my friend and we continued to play Minecraft. I would look back over to the argument at hand. From the look of it, it seems like my friend's mum was just being mean at this point, not even trying to fix the problem, and I was fine with that. His mum let me stay for dinner, and turns out she says some pretty funny things to this woman. After dinner, I took my backpack and was going to go home, when I realised I brought an extra poster. My friend and I put up the poster and giggled. I didn't care much about this, because it was a great story to tell people, even if I was mad. This is what I heard about the mum's conversation. Apparently, she said that the entitled mum's parenting skills were the same as an animal who abandons her child at birth. The entitled mum just kept ranting about how the whole world is crazy and no one can tell when someone is trying to be nice, and how we were evil to even suggest that I was equal to her son. I forget most of the stuff that happened then, but I hope that me trying to fill in what I forgot was just a hair away from being the same as what actually happened. But I showed my friend what I wrote and he said that it was pretty much what actually happened. But he said that we were playing Roblox, not Minecraft. I think he was just messing with me though. I don't even like Roblox. I don't even think I ever did. This woman though clearly needs some help. or just someone to snap her back into a realistic state. I feel bad for her that she acts like that on a regular basis, but at the same time, it's not okay whatsoever, and whatever happened to her, she deserved. My friend says he doesn't see her much anymore, just on holidays. I think she probably moved away and has family or friends that they visit during the holidays over here. I made about $600 from dog walking before I stopped. I spent $150 towards stocks, $50 towards money for going downtown with friends, and about $400 went towards a new graphics card for my failing one, but I bought the graphics card about 5 months ago. Oh, I mean, put yourself in this guy's position, guys. That must be so annoying. He's doing something that is actually helping out the community, walking dogs, to try and get a little bit of money for himself to make his future better. That is such an amazing thing to be doing. And it's getting ruined by this one entitled woman who thinks that her 9-year-old is going to walk dogs. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I would not trust a 9-year-old to walk my dog, because surely the dog could just overpower them, and it's a 9-year-old. At least a 14-year-old or however old you were in this story, they're going to be a little bit more responsible and be able to, walk a dog properly. 9 years old? Nah, that's not competition. They should not be allowed to walk a dog at 9 years old, clearly. And, just destroying this guy's hope of potentially walking dogs by ripping down the posters that he spent time making, spent time pinning up to lampposts. Why? What is the point of being jealous of a 14-year-old kid trying to make a bit of money? Oh, so horrible, man. So horrible. Now moving on to our final story of today's video. He stole my heart medication. That is serious. This happened last week and I was fuming when it happened, and until just now I calmed down a little bit and thought I'd vent a little bit on Reddit. Okay, a little backstory about me is I have myotonic muscular dystrophy, MMD. A side effect of this is cardiomyopathy, and I have low injection flow of my left and right ventricles of my heart, and I take 2 medications to help with my blood flow during the day, afternoon, and at night. The effect of these pills is to help blood flow and that they will lower your blood pressure. They are supposed to do this. Now, low blood pressure can make you extremely fatigued, tired, faint, cause dizzy spells. It can even make you pass out. It took me weeks to get used to this medication myself, so unless you need to take it, just don't do it. It's not worth it. Anyway, me and a few friends had a small get-together. Now, we decided to have a small barbecue at my place. I own my own land and have a really nice big backyard and grill, with good furniture and a home-built fire pit, which we would be making s'mores later in the day. I live in the country, so there was plenty of space to continue and practice social distancing, and if we need to be close, we wore our masks. It was going great, as it had been so long since we had been able to spend time as a group, and the food and drinks were great. Most of the people I knew who were there, but there was this one couple who I didn't know, and apparently they had been invited by one of our other friends, but I was cool with it. Why not, right? No point getting all fussy over it. They seemed nice at first, but as they drank a little too much, they got really rude towards everyone. They tried to smoke marijuana in my home, and when I told them not to smoke around me, and definitely not in my house, they acted like I was the jerk. I really don't care how you feel about smoking marijuana, it's still illegal in my state, and with my health conditions, it's not safe to smoke around me. And their drunken antics were getting on everyone's nerve, so we finally just asked them to leave. They tried to argue with us, saying they came with a friend, and thankfully, our friend, however ill-advised she was to bring them, stepped up to take them back to wherever they came from. I got a call on my cell phone about 20 minutes later from my friend, panic-stricken, screaming into my phone. Apparently, on the ride home, the guy had gotten really lethargic and had just passed out, and she was asking where the nearest hospital was. I managed to get her directions to the hospital and stayed on the line with her because she was near hysterics, and I was trying to be a good friend and calm her down. I asked her what was wrong, or if she knew what had happened, secondhand from her. Basically, his blood pressure dropped extremely low. Severely low blood pressure can deprive your body of enough oxygen to carry out its functions, leading to damage to your heart and brain. I don't know if that was what happened, as the doctor also said he would be okay eventually. I asked how it happened, and she avoided the question a lot, until she finally admitted that he had snuck into our bathroom and stole a bunch of my pills, and had been taking one every few minutes while drinking drinking, mixing my pills with alcohol. It's no wonder he was so unsteady on his feet. I was livid with her at that point, and I ran into my bathroom, and sure enough, both of my pill bottles were empty. Who knows how many he took? I screamed at her, asking what she was thinking, letting a thieving, drug-addicted idiot into my home. She apologized profusely, but I pretty much revoked her privilege to bring random people to my place ever again. Usually, I don't mind, but when those people steal the medication I need to live, it's really your fault. Those pills won't get you high even. Usually, they just make you feel terrible, and he had to be taken to a hospital for it. He honestly must have brain damage to take random pills from someone he doesn't even know. He probably didn't even read anything, just saw prescription bottles and stole them. It was difficult to explain to my cardiologist why I needed a refill so soon, since I still had a few months worth left. At least I did before the lousy thief came along. These pills are not addictive or anything, so it was weird that I would request more when I should have plenty left. He was just as shocked as me and was worried about the guy, since it can seriously hurt someone if taken improperly. I wouldn't have been surprised if the girlfriend had been taking them too, just not as many. Has this happened to anyone else out there? Please share and let me know I'm not alone with crazy, thieving drug addicts that don't seem to care that the pills they are stealing are not always pain meds. By the way, I'm not sure if this was the right Reddit, so if you know a better place, let me know. No, it definitely was the right subreddit. I mean, guys, let me know if I'm wrong here, but that must be the most stupid person I've ever heard about in my entire life. How stupid can you be? How weird, how messed up is your life to go into some random person's bathroom, see some prescription meds and think, you know what, I'm just going to chug them all, because why not? My life is that much of a mess that I don't even care anymore. I'm just going to chug some random medication. I don't even know what it does. I haven't even bothered to read the packaging. Who cares? I hope it's some pain meds, but if it's not, I don't really care anyway. Just get them down me. What a weird bloke. I mean, there's no wonder these guys were acting weirdly. It wasn't just the alcohol. They had been downing your heart medication. Oh my goodness me. If only they knew, they wouldn't be so stupid, or maybe they would. Who cares? When you're at that low point in your life where you're just doing random drugs that you don't even know what they are, do you really care what's in them anymore, or do you just want to do them? I mean, wow, that is absolutely mental. And yeah, don't let that woman bring random people into your house anymore, because clearly she can't be trusted either. Jesus. Guys, she says at the bottom, has this happened to anyone else out there? I mean, has this ever happened to one of you? It sure as heck hasn't happened to me, because that is an absolute madness. I can't quite believe it, honestly. What a weird story. How can you be that dumb? I don't know. But hey, I guess there are people that are just very dumb out there that would do dumb things like that and put their lives in danger. Wow. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Entitled Parents. That last story, wow, absolutely mad. If you do want to see some more crazy Entitled Parent stories, check out yesterday's video right here if you haven't watched it already. It's a banger, it's 15 minutes long, full of crazy Entitled Parent stories, just like this one. And also, if you aren't already, subscribe to my channel by hitting this lovely yellow R right here. Make sure you watch every single one of my videos every single day, and that will notify you if you put the bell on of my new videos every single day, same time, same place. You don't want to miss them. See you tomorrow.